We're staying on top of a developing story this morning. Atlanta police investigating a murder at a home in a gated Buckhead neighborhood. We stayed on this since bringing it to you as breaking news during WSB Tonight at 11. Channel 2's Elizabeth Rollins joins us live from Paces West Terrace. Elizabeth, still so many questions about what happened out there.
Yeah, Sophia, we do know now, though, that a woman was murdered just beyond those gates there in one of those homes. We are as far as we can be, but investigators were beyond those gates last night investigating what they now call foul play.
Atlanta police were called out to this gated Buckhead neighborhood overnight. According to investigators, someone was murdered at a home on Paces West Terrace. So far, investigators have said very little about who all was involved. This is video from the scene overnight. Channel 2 was not allowed inside the gated community, so we could only watch and see from the outside. From what we could see, there were several detectives on scene, but it was not clear which home they were responding to. Investigators were on scene for several hours. Eventually, 2 of their major crime scene vans pulled out of the gated neighborhood, along with another APD vehicle.
And again, this is still a developing story, and we're continuing to learn more information. And as soon as we get that, we'll pass it along. We're live in Buckhead. Elizabeth Rollins, Channel 2 Action News, Sunday AM.
Hello, I'm Sophia Choi. Thank you for joining us this noon. Let's get straight to breaking news. We are learning new details about the murder of a woman in a gated community in Buckhead. We first broke this story on WSB Tonight at 11. Our reporters and photographers saw several police officers working the scene overnight. Channel 2's Elizabeth Rollins is live in downtown Atlanta at the public safety headquarters. Elizabeth, in the last hour, police confirmed who the victim was and how this crime happened.
So sad, Sophie. In the last 30 minutes, we've learned that 77-year-old Eleanor Bowles was found stabbed to death in her own garage in her Buckhead gated community home yesterday. Investigators believe it happened between the hours of 11:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. They believe she may have been the target of a carjacking that just turned violently deadly. They have released an image, and I think we'll have one on your screen as well. This black Lexus SUV is her car. That person next to it is a person of interest that they were looking for. They believe that this person stole her car, drove around the city of Atlanta, and then dumped the car in DeKalb County. That car has been recovered and is currently being processed by investigators. But meanwhile, this suspect, the suspect wearing that black Adidas sweatshirt and black Adidas pants, is still out there, and they're asking for the public's help. They're offering a $10,000 reward for anyone with information. Meanwhile, this family is just in shock. In fact, investigators told us earlier today that her son actually found her. Take a listen.
We had the son came home to visit his mom for the holidays. And again, this is terrible. I was here a couple of weeks ago, so we talk about the holidays. This is not a way that a family should have to spend their holiday season mourning and grieving a death of a loved one.
So sad. And investigators are asking the community if you have any images or if you have any knowledge of seeing this Lexus, any information will be of value. Of course, this is something we're going to continue to follow and keep you updated. There's so many other questions that remain unanswered, like the fact that she was in a gated community, and we don't know how that person got in or if that person lived there. But a lot of things to sort out, and of course we're going to continue to follow this and keep you updated. We're live in downtown Atlanta. Elizabeth Rollins, Channel 2 Action News.
Elizabeth, it's a good reminder for everyone that you are not safe. You really need to be aware of your surroundings, even in a gated community and even when you reach your own garage. Thank you.
Today is Sunday. It's December the 11th, year is 2022. Y'all, it's raining again. Hey, look at Grayson. As soon as I turned that light on, literally, he was over there quiet as a mouse until now. Grayson, sit down and be quiet. It's raining. I mean, it's been raining over here. I'm just waiting for Noah's Ark to come sailing by here in a second. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad we're having this rain because we can use this beautiful rain here in Atlanta to water everything. But this is ridiculous. I mean, I'm like, wow. The ground is soaking wet. They don't want to go outside to the bathroom. Somebody over there, Grayson in particular, because for some reason he don't like the ground. He don't like the way the ground feels when it's wet. And he looks outside and see that rain. He's like, I ain't going out there. He don't want to go out in the rain. He don't want to get in the grass. He's very finicky about wet grass and ground. He's like, hell no, nigga, I'm not doing this shit. I'm going back in the house. If it's dry out there and the sun is out and the ground is dry, he runs all over the place. But when it's wet, he knows when it's wet. Oh, be quiet. I might let you out if you be quiet. No, yeah. I'm going to scratch up that damn door over there. Somebody please don't pick up these mouths. Anyway, a 77-year-old woman was killed. Hold on. 77-year-old woman killed. This is sad. Oh, shut up. Oh, this rat. What's she over there? Hold on. This is being bad as usual. Move. Now the rain is really coming down hard. Y'all can hear that, can you? Pouring down rain. Okay, there you go. A 77-year-old woman, is about the age of my mother, was killed in her home in her garage in a violent carjacking, stabbed to death. And they have a suspect that they're sending a picture of who took her car, or was near her car, or possibly driving her car. And it was a black man with dreadlocks. 77 years of age. Her name was Eleanor Bowles, living in a gated subdivision right off West Paces Ferry. If anybody knows Atlanta, well, West Paces Ferry is a very wealthy, it's where the money at. It's a very wealthy, affluent neighborhood in Atlanta, in a gated community. In that particular gated community, if I'm correct, the owner of Home Depot lives in that subdivision. I'm pretty sure this is the subdivision that he lives at. Marcus, wherever the guy who stole Home Depot, who owns the Falcons. He lives there too. So this is kind of a shock that in a very upscale, secure, gated community, they found her stabbed to death in her garage. This is gonna be very. I don't know who she is. I didn't get a chance to Google who she was. She must be somebody. But obviously, Atlanta police are searching very diligently. They found her car. So it just be a little while before they get the heathen that did that. You better believe that. They're not going to rest until they find out who did this crime. Buckhead has had a series of murders and events in that area this year. Carjackings and shootings and killings. It's about the second murder I can think of someone at a home. There was a few months back, a local contractor was parking his car, and a guy shot him and took his car. And killed him. And I had got to a job site. He was a contractor. He had got to a home early to do construction work, and he was just waiting for them to. And they did apprehend the person who did that. So I have a sneaky suspicion this case is not going to go unsolved. You better believe they're going to find out who did this to this woman. Sad part is that they killed the 77-year-old woman. I don't know, y'all. If I come home and I see someone in my garage, you better believe I'm not confronting them. And we don't know what happened in this case. But I had a friend a few years ago was shot in his garage. Very nice home he had built in. I guess he went outside and turned the car on or something and went back in the house, had the garage door open and maybe letting the car run. I don't know. But he went back out there and somebody was in the car and all, they got into this tussle. Kind of like racing and tussling down here under my feet. Ginger, will you leave him alone? Good Lord. Ginger, Ginger just got to. This is the meanest damn dog over here. This is the meanest dog we've ever had. She liked to fight. Why all this fighting? She liked to fight. Every day she's fighting Grayson. And Grayson tried not to fight her back. And Grayson's pretty calm. Ow. Why won't you go play someplace? I wish I could throw y'all out there on that deck, but it's raining out there. I mean, y'all, it's raining bad. Ow. Raining. But anyway, as I was saying, a friend of mine had his Mercedes and this expensive house he had built over in Niggerville. Yeah, he left that car running, went inside the house, and somebody came in that garage and shot him and carjacked the car. He's lucky to be alive. Unfortunately, Ms. Eleanor didn't get I just wonder what took place in this garage where they felt they had to stab this woman to death. I mean, that's a violent crime to grab a knife or have a weapon on you and then you think you're going to get away with this. To stab to death an elderly 77-year-old woman, and you think you're going to get away with this, they're going to get that heathen. Anybody that's involved in that, y'all better believe the Atlanta Police Department, the GBI, the FBI, Secret Service, and everything else going to find out who killed that white woman up there in Buckhead. Now, they haven't said racist, I could be wrong. But 9 times out of 10, this is a real wealthy white woman up there in Buckhead, and they're going to get them heathens. Who did this? Now, I could be wrong. I didn't get a chance to Google Miss, what was her name? I think it was Eleanor Bowles. They stole her 2021 Lexus Rx 350 from her home on Paces West Terrace, just off West Paces Ferry Road. She was stabbed multiple times, they believe between 11:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. So in that hour, in the middle of broad daylight. Her son found her body about 5 hours later. The victim's vehicle was recovered in DeKalb County, but it had been driven throughout the city to different locations. They didn't say where it had been spotted, but somehow they got a video, a ring camera video, some type of video, of surveillance video, picture of this individual who was driving the car possibly or near the car. He's a suspect. Well, they got that car back, and they're going to do them fingerprints and DNA analysis, y'all. They're going to get this person. Whoever it is going to wish they ain't never went to Buckhead and killed this woman. But unfortunately, these types of tragic events could happen anywhere. Even that home is just 1 mile down from the governor's mansion. West Paces Ferry is probably one of the most affluent areas in Atlanta. This murder is not going to go unsolved unless it was a hit by her family and they set something up. The question what I have is how they get into the gated subdivision. What were they looking in? They probably follow somebody in. This is the middle of the daytime. Did they climb over a fence or some backyard? Or I don't know. It's hard to say. But they're going to find the person who did this. And we'll know something. Because they got a clear picture of the person. Hey, they got a clear picture of the individual. A clear picture of the person in that video surveillance. So it's just a matter of time. Grayson, Ginger just being bad. Damn, Ginger. Stop it, Ginger. You are terrorizing us. Ginger, will you leave us alone? Come on, Ginger. All right. Ginger just being bad, y'all. She's being real bad for some odd reason. She's just attacking and fighting Grayson. And Grayson just being gracious and not giving in to her bad behavior. See her? She grabs his ears. And Grayson don't fight back. But Ginger just, I don't know why she keeps insisting upon grabbing his ears and biting at his ears. Why? Why are you so mad? What's wrong? You just keep fighting everybody, grabbing folks' ears and stuff. Leave him alone. See, he down there minding his own business now. But they gonna find that person who did that, y'all. They gonna get that nigga. Ooh, they gonna get him. He gonna wish he ain't never. They gonna give his ass the electric chair. They gonna get cranked with that electric chair out and fry his ass. Watch and see. Mark, they gonna get that individual. I've learned one thing about crime when it happens in Atlanta. And they might dibble and dabble, take their time and get arrested suspects on the south side of town. But when it happened over there in the white folks areas, over there in rich, right cracker land, they gonna go get them niggas today. They ain't gonna waste. They ain't gonna be no. Yeah, they over there. You better believe they running around hot on the trail. They know who that is, and they kicking indoors right as we speak. They gonna drag that nigga in. They're gonna get to the bottom of this. It's unfortunate that police department, but it's just the truth. Some things that happen. There's a lot of stuff goes on in these black neighborhoods. The police, they take their time. They're gonna resolve it. Maybe stopping at the fried chicken shack and discussing the case and stuff. But when shit happen over in these white neighborhoods, oh boy, because this has happened yesterday. And they already got a picture. So they moved very aggressively, and they're going to grab the nigga who did this. They're going to get his ass. Yeah. Well, anyway, just a story I wanted to do, because no neighborhood is safe. I hate when Earl uses this garage door to come in and out of his house. And I asked him, why do you do that? Well, I got something big. Well, and he doesn't believe, and I told him at nighttime, pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm pulling up to the house. I can come down there, and while he's bringing stuff in, it's Christmas time, he's bringing all this Christmas decorations in and stuff. I should see this house with Christmas decorations everywhere. But anyway, he just doesn't take this stuff seriously. But I do. Because crime can happen anywhere. So while you open up the garage door, open up the door and dragging boxes into the house and taking them upstairs and doors are wide open and I'm watching TV or something somewhere else and I'll walk downstairs and so what I've started doing is as soon as I hear that garage door open, I said, let me go see what this fool's up to. I mean, I hate to say it. And I'll go downstairs and close the door and close the garage door and stand there like, where did you go? Oh, I was taking something upstairs. You left the garage door open and the back door open. And you went all the way upstairs. It's 11 o'clock at night. Who does that? You're going to get somebody killed over here. So as soon as I hear that door open, I get on that, come on downstairs and see what's going on. Like, okay, what the hell going on here? And then if the garage door opens, I get a notification. So he comes to the garage door again. And I'll keep saying, why don't you just come to the door? Come in, tear your packages in, close the door, lock the door, then take the stuff upstairs. I mean, what fantasy world are you living in that we're so secure and it's so safe out here that you can leave all the doors open and you go way upstairs to put something out and then come back and get more stuff out. You're going back and forth. That doesn't make sense to me. Besides letting bugs and the heat out of the house or whatever, it's just kind of like, but that's just how he is. I'm just like, y'all, when I'm back in the car out of this garage, I don't open up that garage door until I'm sitting in that Ginger. She peed on this damn floor. Ginger. She just went over and peed on the damn floor, so sick of these mutts. Ginger. Yeah, plus it's raining outside. I was gonna take them outside before I did this video, but it's pouring raining. So I know they ain't going out there. Anyway, it's gonna be a short video because I'm tired. And I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna clean up this little mess she just made over here, throw their asses back in the cages. I'm going my ass to Johnny to eat my breakfast. I'm gonna go to the gym. It's a rainy, wet Sunday. What else can I do? Yeah, the house is clean for the most part, except for she just peed on that damn floor. I'm gonna mop that up. I got some fresh mop water waiting because I knew when I started this video, I knew all hell was gonna break loose. But I wanted to take them out, but it's pouring down, raining. Yeah. Ginger will go out there, but Grayson ain't going over. He's sitting right here under my feet right here because he's scared of the rain. Even the sound of the raindrops, he don't like it for some reason. He don't like it. He's scared. Ginger don't give a fuck. She like, what's that fucking rain? She don't give a shit. I think she's from the south side of town. But anyway, they're going to find a man who committed this heinous crime. They're not going to rest. And I could be wrong, but I pay very attention to the news around Atlanta. And it tends to be that they move a little bit slower when apprehending people when it happens when the victim is black. But when somebody white, especially somebody with wealth and money and influence, and I don't know who she is, they're going to move quick. I think they may have somebody in custody today. You better believe they got 100 officers. They didn't left. Okay, all searching again. Get them! Get them too. You better believe that. But we'll see. Just keep an eye on the story. Today it is Sunday, December 11th. The year is 2022. Yeah, I talk about all crime. I got a family member from somebody one of the victims who was shot here in Atlanta. They didn't like the video. Occasionally I hear from family members or people who I do videos about. And they don't like these types of videos for whatever reasons. I think I'm a fair person. If something happened to me, I would want you all to go out there and talk to people and find out what happened and put it out there so people can hear the story. We have got to stop sweeping things under the rug and complaining about the news stories. That just getting the message out there sometimes helps resolve a lot of these issues. So I don't know what to say about these crazy black folks when they hit me up, ask me to remove a video. And I don't take videos down after I post them up there because I give a fair, accurate account of information that I have gotten from various sources. And, I think I'm a fair person. But anyway, let me go up here and get dressed, go to the gym. Today is Sunday, December 11th, and this year is 2022. And you all get out there and enjoy this beautiful, wet, rainy day. I'm out.